Hey, we are here and it's Tuesday because I had no internet yesterday. They're building next door and they did something weird to it. So here we are today on a Tuesday. And we're live on Instagram today, I believe. So somebody can check.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. You might need to check as well. We're definitely live on YouTube and X, and of course in GSIC to all our lovely members. So thanks everyone for joining us today. And yeah, fingers crossed we might be live on Instagram. Excellent. So hello to everyone watching on Instagram too, and new audience to join us. And it feels pretty good. Like we've had a lovely little pump with Bitcoin. And people seem to be quite nice on the timeline in X at the moment.
Yeah, the world is better green. I always say that. They're like, inhaling the hopium. As Bitcoin goes up, the hopium gets like, and then all of a sudden their bubble bursts. But oh well, yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah, meme coin mania still seems to be ruling the day too. At least from what I've seen, but I'm sure you've got some updates for us on that.
Yeah, so BTC obviously, accumulation has been forever and ever and ever, and shall we say forever. So, that's literally like, let's have a look to where we are. Forever, 216 days. So I don't know how long that is, but it's a long time. Seems like a long time.
Yeah. A lot of months. So, it feels like everyone was ecstatic that Bitcoin pulled itself back up. Yesterday,
all-time high, and then
now we are just kind of chart watching, I think.
We are. So Bitcoin dominance is getting, really, really high at the moment. So that's going to start pulling from alts. So before we get into that, I need to show you my nails. I don't know if you can see. Where are they? They're there. This nail polish that I had put on today is called Cat's Eye. You can't really see it. It's not really sort of doing it, but it sort of glitters in the light. Hang on. Can we get it? No, it's not doing it. Not enough light. That was a fail. But anyway, so do have nice nails, but yeah, you can't see them. So sorry. So because we have a lot of girls watching, so I just thought I'd show you my nails. And of course, let's jump into Bitcoin. So we have potentially a rising wedge here on Bitcoin or a triangle, but we've just broke out of that triangle. So I'm going to jump onto the Elliott Wave forecast page and have a look at these triangles. So obviously, bull market triangles, we've entered up into this triangle. So we're in a bull market triangle. We've got several options at the moment. When we go back to that Bitcoin chart, we can see that we're trending sort of down. We've come back down to this point and we're almost breaking out. So when we kind of look at that, we're kind of looking at, one of these patterns, maybe one of these patterns. We don't really have a straight top, so it's not going to be that. When we go into the extended patterns, which is kind of what we have had, this is the most likely at the moment. So this is our WXY. So if we go on, and I'll add some lovely Elliott waves, WXY, and then we've got our sideways stuff here, so which is this ABC. So that looks like, so let me get an ABC, DE, possibly A, B, this could be B, and a really shallow C, could be coming back down still. But more than likely a leading diagonal, which is that's a WXY complete, and then we've got this leading diagonal happening. So if this was wave one, and this is wave one of 3, so we're almost complete, and we shall be taking off soon. So now if there's several different patterns within this sort of region here, so It's really hard to gauge sort of exactly what that pattern is at the moment, because, you know, with Elliott Wave, it is, you know, sort of an elimination thing where we go, okay, we do some measurements, but there's about 3 or 4 different patterns. So if you're in the Getting Started in Crypto group, you'll have all of those patterns and you'll be able to sort of decide, you know, where we are. And with the daily Bitcoin updates, sort of a little bit more information. But for me, this does look most likely to be heading up. I'm going to say it again. I've been saying it for like months. 75K is our like major resistance up there. So at this point, so 74,923, so 75K. And, you know, that then creates a new all-time high. And we should pull back from there before we continue. So because that's going to be a major resistance. The immediate resistance is just above us, which is about 67, sort of 500-ish. And support is 60,100. So depending on what exchange you're on, it's going to be slightly different. Not hugely different, just slightly different. So just be aware of that. So with Bitcoin at the moment, we have got a full moon on the 17th. And I know for those that have watched me for a long time, I love full moons, new moons for Bitcoin. And this one is a hunter moon. So I think that's the start of bear hunting season, and it will be official. And that's when we'll get to that 75. So I've got my fingers crossed. I've been buying the dips here, and I'm waiting for that 75K. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah.
And how has that looked for meme coins? One of the things I've noticed, which you pulled up on last week as well in the weekly wrap-up, was those setups looking very juicy, curling slightly upwards. There's quite a few like that at the moment.
The alt curl is phenomenal. I can't even say that word, phenomenal at the moment. And, you know, some of these coins, like one of our signals, WIF, did 107% today. So it's like, wow, get into Juice It, getting started in crypto.com. So I'm just going to be a walking ad like all through the bull market, because you guys are missing out. You're missing all these opportunities. And, you know, last week, if you were watching as well, before I jump into everything, we were on Bird Eye, and Reddit Snoofy, managed 150%. I think I got out at about 120. So I was like, yeah. And then also Fog, because Frog, I think they say Frog. Anyway, just so I can sound like an idiot on the weekly wrap up. Did 86%. So I got about 75 out of that one. So I hope you guys had a look at those and got into some of these. So, you know, there's some big percentages coming through. Look at this one. Medusa, like 59,000%. It's like, if you can get into one of those at the bottom, it's like with $100, you're laughing.
I think the one that in the end was Peng, P-E-N-G.
What was it? P-E-N-G.
P-E-N-G.
Hang on. Let me...
Right in the middle.
Oh, there we go. I'm in the wrong area. P-E-N-G.
Only because it also looked like...
yeah. I saw they got listed. Maybe Mexi listed it or something was listing. So let's have a look. Yeah, that one's had a very, very nice pump. So let me go up to a higher time frame for this one. I'm going to go up to the daily. So because it has, you know, go back up. Didn't want to go back up. So we can see that this is a fairly, like, a lot of these are going to be really new. So, you know, 6th of March. This is kind of a dinosaur for meme coins. So when we look at that, this is beautiful. You can see that, you know, at this point, this is where we broke out. But so if we do some zoomies, and we get into some of this depth, we can see that this is a nice chart. This is a nice chart. So, you know, this has got like accumulation happening here in this channel. So if you're looking at meme coins, you want to see like, and ones that are just about to take off, look for these accumulation patterns. And this is starting, and then when it starts to curl, that's when you want to be buying. That's the alt curl. That means there's a whole heap more money coming into this coin
And
or
that's
token.
that's why the slightly older ones seem to be good lookers at the moment. The other one was Slurf, SLERF. Do you remember that
Yeah,
coin?
I did see that. Yes, Slurf.
They launched it and they clicked the wrong button and burnt all the liquidity pool.
Yeah,
coin.
I remember that.
It's got the same pattern. It's curling up at the end there and looking really.
Yeah, so this is when we're looking at, you know, Elliott waves and how I do Lisa and Archie. So this has got a really beautiful pattern and looks to continue. So I'm just going to break this down for you. So this is a 1, a 2. We're still in the 3. So we're going down for a 4th wave at the moment. And this has got a lot more to go. So it's in an internal 4th wave. So this should come back down, depending on how bullish it is, back down, retest that channel where it has broken out of. And that's also the wave 1 high. So that is at 172. So anything down to there, so DCA down into that region. And then it's looking really, really, really good for some nice profit, 290% to that next 5th wave. So we look like we're, you know, once you get that pullback, so to that 3rd wave, because the 4th waves is so boring, that's 111%. So, you know, that's looking mighty lovely. And let's have a look at Slurf up here. What was it? SLERF.
That's the one.
Here we go. Make sure they've got a green tick, because that's the verified coin. You don't want to be getting into some of these dodgy ones. A lot of them come in and they've got one, you know, it's similar to what you see on Twitter or X when we get, you know, the impersonators and they've got one letter different. So you'll see a lot of these people will list something that says Slurf and maybe it's got an E at the end. So yeah, just make sure it's got that green verification tick and you're buying the actual one. Verify it as well from the tokens like X, or always they'll have links, or from like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. So, but if you're on Bird Eye, they're really good and they have that there. So yeah, so let's have a look at this one because it's looking mighty juicy as well. And you can see that we've started to curl off that support, coming back down. So this is a nice breakout here. It's come back down, retested. So if you've watched my YouTube, I look for what is known as a cross support, because on a cross support we'll often get like a 3 to 10% bounce. And, you know, especially on these ones, you will get like nice bounces. So at that cross support, it did 32%. So if you were just sort of like jumping into that at that point, yeah, quick 32%. So this one has got enough waves that it has bottomed. That looks like our bottom, and it looks like it's got, as Josh was saying, that same pattern. So he's been hanging around me too long and has seen too many of these patterns. So at the moment, it's broken out, coming back down to retest that channel. We want that to hold and then a continuation up. So that will pretty much look. So I'll zoom in on that one again. Do some waves. 1 coming back down for the 2. Can go to the 618 depending, or higher depending on how bullish it is. So if this one goes to how Lisa and Archie works, if it goes to 786, this will have probably a greater pullback. a bit lower, and then that fifth will go up to the 618, which a lot of meme coins are doing at the moment. So that's why they're getting those sort of bigger percentages. So to this point, 100%. To that, if it goes to this 1618, 235%. So yeah, both very good looking, and even though they've had a breakout, I do think that's they're good picks on Josh's behalf for this week. So let's enter those. And we had some really nice profits again last week. So that's, if you're watching the weekly wrap up, some us each week you've had profits on these amazing shit coins.
Yeah. Sneak preview into what we do in getting started in crypto.com.
Yeah, so we don't do a lot of these high risk ones. So if you want a chart, we'll do a chart, but these aren't normally signals. So yeah. Let me just pull up and I'll expose one of our signals and show people what it looks like.
Okie dokie.
Oh, am I not logged in? I'm not logged in. Hang on, take me off that screen so I can log in.
Remove that so no one can log in and pretend to be you and do charts on behalf of people.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you log in. I'll run our little advert so people can get an overview, and then you can show them inside. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good. Yay! Welcome back. I'm in. So yeah, let's have a look at what getting started in crypto looks like. So this is you'll have a home screen, obviously, and you don't get to know what the signals are unless you check on them, because they go out to emails, they go out, on the internet, all of that sort of stuff through, X, Crypto Getting. So if you want to watch our live results, they go out live published through X, but you won't know what they are, and you'll just see that it's hit 100%, 50%, whatever percent, or a stop loss. So even the stop losses are published, unfortunately, when they all go down, but protects your capital. So this is DOT, one of our signals. You can connect it to the bot that automatically trades it for you. So the bots are super green at the moment because obviously we've had a good couple of months, and I think we did 400% both the last couple of months, didn't we, Josh, on the high targets?
Yeah, it's been a lot bigger, noticeably, a lot more volume, a lot more green signals.
Yeah, so DOT, this is a live sort of feed as to where the signal is in the pattern. So we can see that DOT is almost to the target. It's just this little smidgen away. And then it alerts, it gives updates throughout. So it tells us, okay, it's reached the buy zone. So we have a 3 to 5% buy zone, which people ladder into. Some people don't. Some people just buy. They go full retard into it. So yeah, so I don't recommend you go full retard. I recommend that you ladder into that trade, and then you've got a good dollar cost average, and your stop loss is less, and it will alert. It will add notifications as the targets are reached. And you can select how you get those notifications, whether you get them on the app, GCCAP, which is on your phone, and through the website, email, and as I was saying, through X. So lots of different ways to get the notifications. And when it's super busy, it goes ping, 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 ping. So it's nice. You go, okay, I'm making money. We should change that signal, the sound, to a ka-ching. And then people are just like ka-ching each and every time. So they're at the winning at the casino, because that's kind of what crypto is. It's the crypto casino. So yeah, so my paid signals, and basically a whole heap of stuff, and you get a daily Bitcoin update, and I let you know what's happening. So, you know, and that's pretty much, it gets you all the alerts. If we quickly go, I'm going to find the Elliott Wave pattern one, just to give you a brief sort of overview of what the breakdown of what the patterns and everything are that the group gets. So, and if you want to know all of this, because it makes it a lot easier to know where we are in the market, like for your trading. So whether, you know, you want to start tightening stop losses, start taking some profits in these regions, that sort of thing, I'll let you know when we're hitting sort of resistance areas and when we've got volume entering the market. So yeah, lots of different stuff in there. So yeah, that's enough of my commercial for getting started in crypto.
Okie dokie. Where do you want to get next, charts wise?
All right, I'm going to quickly go have a look at Ethereum, because we've had a nice pump this week. It's lagging behind. It's one of the slower coins at the moment. Unfortunately, this is entered down, which means it might have one more wave down. I don't want to say that, but it might. So, you know, I'm hoping this is a truncated wave and we're in our wave one and we get a breakout here. If we get a breakout here, I'm changing my view on that, and we're going up to here, which is 3,500. So if there's no breakout here, then as long as we hold 2,400, I'll still be holding hope for ETH. So it's, yeah, it's turned into a dinosaur coin at the moment. It's got a brontosaurus or something pattern. So it's like same as Solana. It was so good, and then it's not. So it's two in a brontosaurus pattern. You can see there's a little brontosaurus here, and here's Solana. So yeah, so we're right on the median line. Solana's like doing my head in. And so this is like one of my long-term bags. I'm not actively trading this at the moment because it doesn't have an active pattern. It's like Ethereum, where it's like I've bought in and I'm just holding. So, or hodling, because I'm in crypto. So, yeah, that's it. If it holds, I need it to hold 140. If it continues to hold 140, then we're going to test that 180 mark for Solana. But it's, yeah, slow at the moment. So all eyes are on the meme coins because that's where the money is. Now, say this is what a signal looks like. So if you go back on that and go back to the signal to dot, here we go. So when you click on here on dot, you've got a chart. This chart is done by our other trading signal person, G6 Signals. And so that's basically what it looks like. So say is another one of our signals that has reached target one. It's again got this triangular pattern. So if this is an A, B, and a C in here, so you know, this could be A, could be a B coming down for a C, and then it's going to take off. So I'm not 100% sure if this is, I'll show you two patterns here for say, A, could be A, little B and a C, or it could be A, a bigger B and a C. So there's 5 waves in the A, and you know, obviously this could be a truncated A, B, C, or a bigger A, B, C. So just be aware of that. So if I was in this trade, which I am, I would be moving my stop loss if this is potentially a wave, like, you know, of a completed wave, and we're going up here. My stop loss would be at this point at about 45. So just below that region for say, but it's one of the more super bullish coins. It's going to go into a pullback. This is a 12-hour chart, and you know, the stock RSI is getting really high and starting to cool down. I'm going to take that up to a daily and see just where we are. Hasn't finished. So it hasn't curled down yet on the daily. So that tells me we're still going up on this. It's, you know, it's got sort of limited volume, does need to consolidate, does need to hold those regions. So as long as it does that, yeah, it's, but, you know, overall in the whole huge scheme of things, that's, you know, if this is long-term bags, buy the dip on this one. This is going to be huge, huge. So I think we're going to get some massively huge percentages on some of these coins. Doge is one of the more boring dinosaur meme coins at the moment. Everyone keeps asking about. So if this is a completed correction, which it's got enough waves, and we've gone into a leading diagonal, we should get a return pullback at 14 cents, and then a retest down to this region at about 11 cents, and then we should take off. Been saying that for weeks. It's right up there at the moment with Solana and ETH, and just like snooze fest. So yeah, so that's kind of what's happening at the moment. Just be careful. Bitcoin dominance is coming to a point where there may be a pullback. So so just keep those stop losses moving into the profits that you've got at the moment. That's it.
Okay. That's it. Anything else you wanted to share before we head off? There we go.
There we go. Become a millionaire in a year. Possible.
There we go. The market joins us to make that happen.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining us again for the weekly wrap up. As Lisa said, plenty more chatter, charts, and whatever else you're looking for inside getting started in crypto.com.
Yeah. So, and make sure that you are liking my posts on X, because if you don't like them, you don't comment, I get hidden. It's like their algorithm works on engagement. So please talk to me on there. I'm always on there. So, and I'll always reply if you've got a question or anything.
Okay. All righty. Have a great week ahead, and we will see you all soon.